Hello students, welcome back to the maths class. In our last class, we have studied some concepts about parallelogram. We have gone through some questions and their solutions. We have learned about theorem 9.1. In this class, we will learn some more concepts about parallelogram. Today, we will start with example 1. Okay? It says, in figure 9.13, as it is given in your book, ABCD is a parallelogram and EFCD is a rectangle. Also, AL is perpendicular to DC. Prove that area ABCD is equal to area EFCD and area ABCD is equal to DC into AL. So students, let me draw the diagram first, then we will discuss the solution. Okay? Students, I have drawn the diagram as it is given in your book. We know as a rectangle is also a parallelogram. Therefore, area ABCD is equal to area EFCD. Why? We can say area ABCD, okay, is equal to area EFCD. Why? This is because of as per the theorem 9.1, which we have already discussed. And for bit 2, as these areas are equal, okay, so area ABCD, okay, area ABCD, it is equal to DC into FC. Why? Because area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth, okay, length into breadth. Fine. And as AL is perpendicular to DC, okay, it is given that AL is perpendicular to DC. Fine. AL is perpendicular to DC. Therefore, AFCL is also a rectangle, isn't it? AFCL is a rectangle. Fine. And as AL is perpendicular to DC, so AL is equal to FC because AFCL is a rectangle. AL is equal to FC, AL is equal to FC because LCF is a rectangle. We know opposite side of rectangle are equal to each other. So I can write L is equal to FC. Fine. That means we can conclude that area ABCD is equal to DC into AL. Area ABCD is equal to DC into AL. See, in this equation we have found that area ABCD is equal to DC into FC, and from here we know that AL is equal to FC. So, by substituting the value of FC as AL, we can get area ABCD is equal to DC into AL. Okay, proved. So, hope you have understood this example. We have gone through this example by using theorem 9.1. So you need to remember the concept of the theorem 9.1 for solving many such examples or such questions regarding parallelogram. Okay? So students, from the result we have discussed, you can see that area of a parallelogram is the product of its any side and the corresponding altitude. Do you remember that you have studied this formula for area of a parallelogram in your class 7? Hope you remember this. On the basis of this formula, theorem 9.1 can be rewritten as parallelograms on the same base or equal bases and between the same parallels are equal in area. Okay? Can you write the converse of the above statement? It is as follows: parallelograms on the same base or equal bases and having equal areas lie between the same parallels. Is the converse true? You can prove this by yourself. How? You can use the formula for area of the parallelogram. Okay? Students, let us now discuss example 2. It says, if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallels, then prove that the area of the triangle is equal to half the area of the parallelogram. Students, let me draw the diagram first as it is given in your book, and then after we will discuss the solution. Okay? Students, let us now discuss the solution. Let triangle ABP and parallelogram ABCD be on the same base AB and between the same parallels AB and PC, as I have drawn the diagram over here, and you can also go through the diagram as it is given in your book. These are all the same. Okay? You wish to prove that area PAB is equal to half area ABCD. That means to prove area PAB is equal to half of area ABCD. Okay. So ABCD is a parallelogram over here and PAB is a triangle and both have the same base AB. Okay. So let us now draw BQ. Okay. You need to draw BQ that should be parallel to AP to obtain another parallelogram ABQP. ABQP. Now parallelogram ABQP and ABCD are on the same base AB and between the same parallels AB and PC, isn't it? Therefore, area ABQP is equal to area ABCD. Area ABQP is equal to area ABCD as per theorem 9.1. Okay, but triangle PAB and BQP, okay, these two triangles, they are congruent. Why? Because diagonal PB divides parallelogram ABQP into two congruent triangles. Okay. So triangle PAB is congruent to triangle PBQ because PB divides PABQ into two congruent triangles. Fine. That means we can say that it implies area PAB is equal to area PBQ. Fine. Therefore, area PAB, that implies area PAB is equal to half of area ABQP. Okay. This gives area PAB is equal to half area ABCD. Why? Because area of both the parallelogram are same. So, it implies area PAB, area of triangle PAB is equal to half of area ABCD. Why? Because parallelogram ABQP and parallelogram ABCD are on the same base AB and between the same parallels. So, from theorem 9.1 we know that they have equal area. So, half of ABQP is equal to half of area ABCD. Okay. In this way we have found out that area of triangle PAB is equal to half of area of parallelogram ABCD. Hope you have understood this example. Students, let us now discuss exercise 9.2. Okay. Bit 1. It says in figure 9.15, that is given in your book, ABCD is a parallelogram, AE is perpendicular to DC and CF is perpendicular to AD. If AB is equal to 16 centimeter, AE is equal to 8 centimeter and CF is equal to 10 centimeter, find AD. Okay. So, students, let us now discuss the solution for the first question. Just refer your diagram. In parallelogram ABCD, CD is equal to AB is equal to 16 centimeter. Parallelogram ABCD, CD is equal to what? AB is equal to 16 centimeter. Fine. Why? Because opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Okay. And we know that area of a parallelogram is equal to base into corresponding altitude. Fine. So, using this formula, we can say that area of parallelogram ABCD, area of parallelogram ABCD is equal to CD into A, CD into AE, or it is also equal to AD into CF, D into CF. That means 16 into 8 centimeter square is equal to AD into 10 centimeter. That implies AD is equal to 16 into 8 centimeter square divided by 10 centimeter. Okay. So, 128 by 10 centimeter, that is 12.8 centimeter. So, the length of AD is found to be 12.8 centimeter. Hope you understood this. Students, let us now discuss question number 2. It says, if E, F, G and H are respectively the midpoints of the sides of a parallelogram ABCD, show that area EFGH is equal to half of area ABCD. Okay. For this, let me draw a diagram, then we will go with the solution. Okay. Students, As per the given data, I have drawn parallelogram ABCD and EFGH are the midpoint of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. For the solution part, join H and F. Okay. So, in parallelogram ABCD, in parallelogram ABCD, AD is parallel to BC and AD is equal to BC because they are opposite side of the parallelogram ABCD. Okay. AB is equal to CD because they are also opposite sides of the parallelogram. Okay. So, half of AD is equal to half of BC because AD is equal to BC, half of AD is equal to half of BC. Okay. And in this case, HF is parallel to CD, HF is parallel to CD because we have joined the midpoints of AD and BC and named them as HF. So, as AB is parallel to CD, HF is also parallel to CD. Okay. Since triangle HEF, just concentrate, HEF, triangle HEF and parallelogram ABFH, ABFH and triangle HEF, triangle HEF and parallelogram ABFH. They have the same base HF. ABHF parallelogram and triangle HEF have same base HF. Okay. And they lie between the same parallels AB and HF. Okay. That means area of triangle HEF is equal to half of area ABFH. Okay. As we have already discussed it previously. Similarly, it can be proved that area of triangle HGF is equal to half of area parallelogram HDCF, isn't it? See, here triangle HGF and parallelogram HDCF, they lie on the same base HF and between the same parallel lies HF and CD. Okay. So, if we add both the areas, that means area of triangle HEF and area of triangle HGF, what we get? So, area of triangle HEF plus area of triangle HGF, what we get? Area of HEF plus area of HGF is equal to half of area ABFH plus half of area HDCF, isn't it? Because area of HEF is equal to half of area ABFH and area of HGF is equal to half of area HDCF. So, we can add both sides. So, students, you can clearly see that area HEF plus area HGF is equal to half area ABFH plus half area HDCF. That means, what does it mean? That is area HEFG is equal to, if I take common as half, area ABFH plus area SDCF. What does it mean? This is nothing but area ABCD, isn't it? Because they combine together to form parallelogram ABCD, and this implies area HEFG is equal to half area ABCD. Okay, that means when we join the midpoints of the sides of a parallelogram, we get another parallelogram HEFG, which area is half of the main parallelogram ABCD. Hope you understood the solution. Let us now discuss question number 3. It says P and Q are any two points lying on the sides DC and AD respectively of a parallelogram ABCD. Okay, so that area APB is equal to area BQC. Before going for the solution, let me draw a diagram, then you can clearly understand the solution. Okay, as per the given data, I have drawn the diagram. It can be observed that triangle BQC and parallelogram ABCD, okay, they lie on the same base BC, fine, and these are between the same parallel lines AD and BC. That means area of triangle BQC is equal to half of area of parallelogram ABCD. Okay, let me mark is at equation 1. Similarly, triangle APB, okay, it is half area ABCD. Okay, so let me join PB as well, so that you can better understand. Fine. So area of triangle APB is equal to half of area of parallelogram ABCD, because both of them lie on the same base AB and between parallel lines AB and CD. Okay, so from equation 1 and 2, we obtain area APB, okay, area of triangle APB is equal to area of triangle BQC. Fine. Hope you have understood this solution. Students, let us now discuss question number 4. Okay. It says that in the given figure, P is a point in the interior of a parallelogram ABCD, so that area APB plus area PCD is equal to half area ABCD, and area APD plus area PBC is equal to area APB plus area PCD. A hint is given that through P draw a line parallel to AB. So students, let me draw the diagram first, then we will discuss the solution. Okay. So students, in parallelogram ABCD, AB is parallel to EF by construction. See, AB is parallel to EF. ABCD is a parallelogram. So AD is parallel to BC, isn't it? AD is parallel to BC. Why? Because opposite side of the parallelogram are parallel. So AE is parallel to BF. AE is parallel to BF. Okay. So let me write down the equations first. Okay. So AB is parallel to EF. Okay. And AE is parallel to BF. let this be equation 1, this is equation 2. Fine. So from equation 1 and 2, we obtain AB is parallel to BF. Okay, AB is parallel to BF. So students, from equation 1 and 2, we get AB is parallel to EF and see, AB is parallel to EF and AE is parallel to BF. Okay. Therefore, quadrilateral ABFE is a parallelogram. So, ABFE is a parallelogram. Fine. So, it can be observed that triangle APB and parallelogram ABFE, APB and parallelogram ABFE, they lie on the same base AB and between the same parallel lines AB and EF. Okay. Therefore, area of triangle APB is equal to half of area of parallelogram ABFE. Okay. So, let me take as equation 3. Okay. Similarly, for triangle PCD, area of PCD is equal to half of area EFCD. Let it be equation 4. Okay. Adding equation 3 and 4, we get, adding equation 3 and 4, we get area APB plus area PCD is equal to half of area ABFE plus area EFCD. So students, what is the sum of area ABFE and area EFCD? ABFE and EFCD sum up to parallelogram ABCD, and that is why this is equal to half of area ABCD. Okay. So let me mark it as equation 5. Clear? Now let us go to bit 2 and discuss the solution. Okay. Students, bit 2 is asking to find out that area APD plus area PBC is equal to area APB plus area PCD. Let us now discuss the solution. Okay. Students, to find out the solution for bit 2, I have drawn a line MN passing through P and parallel to line segment AD. So MN is parallel to AD. Okay. So in parallelogram ABCD, MN is parallel to AD and AM is parallel to DN. AM is parallel to DN. Okay. So let it be equation 6 and this should be equation 7. Fine. So from equation 6 and 7 we obtain, from equation 6 and 7 what we obtain, that MN, okay, MN is parallel to AD, okay, and AM is parallel to DN. Fine. So that is why AMND is a parallelogram. Fine. So it can be observed that triangle APD and parallelogram AMND are lying on the same base AD and between two parallel lines AD and MN, isn't it? So area of triangle APD is equal to half of area of AMND. Okay. Same way we can find that area of triangle PBC is equal to half of area of parallelogram MBCN. So let it be equation 8 and 9, and when we by adding equation 8 and 9, we get area of APD plus area of triangle PBC is equal to half of area AMND plus area MBCN. So what is the sum of these two parallelogram? It is nothing but area ABCD. Let it be equation 10. So area of triangle APD and area of triangle PBC, they sum up to give us half of area of parallelogram ABCD. Fine. So students, when we compare equation 5 and 10, we obtain area of triangle APD plus area of triangle DPC is equal to area of triangle APD plus area of triangle PBC. Okay. Hope you have understood the solution now. Students, you have to solve the question 5 by yourself. Students, today we have learned some more concepts about parallelogram. We have also learned some concepts about triangles as well. We have done some questions of exercise. In our next class, we will discuss some more concepts. Okay? Till then, keep practicing, keep smiling. Thank you.